What's up, YouTube? Today I want to talk to you about top 5 baits of March that I'm going to be throwing, at least around here in the Midwest. This time of year is pretty nice. It's pretty warm for the most part. We've had a couple cold days still, but they're not quite spawn, but they're kind of moving up into the flats, kind of pre-spawn here. So while you're focusing on pre-spawn fish and, like I said, fishing the flats and maybe a little bit of the ditches, these are what I'm going to be throwing. First and foremost, right off rip, early March, especially the water's so clear. Jerk baits. You know, specifically a kind of a slow sink kind of jerk bait. These are just no-name, random ones. I'm not throwing a lot of brand name stuff. I fish a lot out of the back of the boat, and I'm not trying to lose $30, $40, $50 jerk baits out of the back of the boat. But tornado trebles on these things. Some people will put a feathered treble in the middle of these. Just kind of helps centralize the bite location here instead of, back here. It helps hookup ratio, stuff like that. Second thing I'm going to pick up, and probably not as often for me personally, just because I don't like throwing them very often. Again, from the back of the boat, it's a little harder. But lipless crank. Obviously, shad color, bluegill color, crappie color, perch color, anything like that. Of course, the red crawl color this time of year is absolutely killer. And again, tornado trebles from Vector Hooks. Guys, if you haven't realized by now, Vector Hooks is all I throw. It's all my hooks is Vector, so you can probably get tired of hearing me say it, but that's what we use. That's what I'm going to tell you we use. It's what I have faith in. Next up, if I can get it out here, let's see. Squirrelbill crankbait. This is a Googan. It's a little smaller, so if it's a little colder out, or if I just feel like they're a little more finicky. But if I'm going for a really big bite, this is a much larger, obviously as you can tell here, is a much larger squarebill. This time of year you can really generate some big bites. That is a Strike King. This one's also a Strike King. Another squarebill. I think this is like a 3XD actually, if I'm being completely honest with you. But the Citrus Shad, Sexy Shad, that's always good color. The red crawl color again, like this. This is a Googan. Next up, probably one of my favorites to throw all year. If you guys have been following my channel at all, you kind of already know. But a jig. Black jig, black and blue, brown jig, green pumpkin, pretty easy. This is a color that I'm not exactly going to talk about yet, but this is a Honey Badger Lures jig. Again, brown, black and blue, green pumpkin, keep it simple, pretty easy. Some kind of like crawl trailer on the back is usually sufficient. Kind of towards the end of March, there's going to come a point where like the bite just cuts off and all the stuff that you normally were throwing just isn't going to work anymore. And like I said, most of March I'm throwing kind of a slow sinking bait for the most part to kind of imitate them shad and whatnot coming around getting ready for spawn or to attack the beds and stuff like that. But towards the end of March, starts warming up a little bit more. Go to a topwater, man. Tie on a topwater, a walking bait, a prop bait. This is a one knocker spook. Again, this is a no-name prop bait, but these things just catch fish. This is a tornado treble, feathered treble. Just kind of just feel like helps generate a few more bites. Again, Vector Hooks. Again, the sharpest hook on the market, best hook on the market. It's what it is. What it is. All of these are thrown on 6-kilo rods and reels. But yeah, throw a topwater on, man. The end of March, it's getting a little warm. In certain areas, especially if you're down south. I'm in the Midwest a little bit here. But the end of March could be super warm. Fish could be moved up already if it's already 60 degrees or so. And then, honorable mention here, I feel like the vibrating jig has pretty well taken over the market, has pretty well taken over fishing. They caught so many fish, almost as many as the A-Rig since it's come out. Kind of like the A-Rig is taken over when it came out. But at least around here in the Midwest, you can't forget about the spinnerbait, man. This is the Spring Ding from Accent Fishing, the little kicker, orange blade here. This thing just gets bit. It's absolutely amazing. Spinnerbait, often forgotten, probably one of the most underrated lures in bass fishing anymore since the vibrating jig has came out. But don't forget about a spinnerbait. I appreciate you guys. Let me know down in the comments if you like these kind of videos, or if there's anything else you want to see, or if you want to know like my rod reel setup for a specific technique, especially in the month we talked about. I probably will dive into a couple more of these a little more in depth as the year goes on. But look out for these videos every month. My top 5 baits, maybe top 3. maybe do it with a partner. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys want to see, and I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching.